I decided to build a rubber band pistol, and as I was wondering how I could build one that can shoot multiple bands, I came across the website and the YouTube videos of Ogg Craft, a wonderful Japanese wood craftsman who does a much better job than me at building really refined rubber band pistols and guns. But I just wanted something that works, and he has come up with a very clever mechanism of shooting multiple rubber bands, and the mechanism is one that continually lifts up the rubber bands to the next notch on the gun. It's explained fairly well on the website. I just want to quickly demonstrate how I've built mine. The cool thing about this rubber band pistol is that it has only one moving part, that is both the trigger and the part that lifts up the rubber bands to go to the next notch up here. So the only thing you need is just the basic frame twice for the outside, and on the inside this moving part, and then some guides like this and this, so that it slides in a straight line, and then just some parts to stabilize the whole construction on the inside here and here. And of course the guides especially need to be a bit wider than the inside. I did that by both sanding this down a little bit and just adding paper strips, gluing them onto these pieces so that they're just a tiny bit wider, so that this doesn't rub against the sides. Also, I just happen to have a bit of thin plywood that has a kind of a plastic covering here on the inside. I think it was an old back wall of a cabinet of some kind, a shelf, and so that slides really well. What is critical in this design is the amount of force that these rubber bands exert on the moving part this direction. What this does is, of course, that it pulls the trigger back so that it, goes back to its original position, but also it makes sure that the rubber bands move up to the next position as they lift up a band and then slide it up to the next level. Because what I found out when I used rubber bands that were too tight really for this, and pushed this direction with a very strong force, was that they would create such friction that this wouldn't go back. So the balance between the force of the rubber bands, also creating friction between the notches here and the teeth, and the amount of force that you have with these rubber bands and this one, is critical. So the rubber bands that I put on here aren't terribly tight, so they could stretch a lot more, but I found this was just the best balance I could find. Originally I tried to add more than 7 notches here, and then the force was too strong and they would get stuck and I couldn't transport them to the next level. And since this is a kid's toy, I didn't need to have very strong rubber bands going on here. It's a safe toy this way, and you can't really hurt anybody. You can just play aiming games, shooting down domino blocks and stuff like that. A fun project, pretty simple. Download the SketchUp model if you would like to. Make your own modifications and just have fun with it. Bye!